Hello, and welcome to part 2 of my Cemetery Mary gameplay series. If you haven't already, please check out part 1 so this makes more sense if you need to revisit the warnings. But other than that, I hope you enjoy it, and I'm gonna go start now. But yeah, I did kind of find Reginald a little bit suspicious, but like, not suspicious enough to completely avoid him. I took the bus home like usual, did all the normal nighttime things. Eating, washing up, whatever. Then it was back to my least favorite part of the day. Hi. Hello. Can we talk about the thing you said the other night? I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since you said it. What's bothering you? You said that you were coming for me. That you just needed more time. Are you really gonna steal me too? It'll be alright. I promise. Kinda thought that Reginald was the mystery number. They just naturally made the two voices sound practically the same. So like that's what I was kind of suspicious of, and I kind of thought the mystery number was the butcher. So I thought Reginald was mystery number a little bit, like not a lot, but I do a little bit. It's for the best. You're gonna make me feel sick all over again. What do you want me to tell you? They're not gonna say. They're not gonna say who they are. So, just this. You will. At least that's what's planned. You shouldn't worry yourself sick over something like that. I promise. I'm taking extra good care of them. Somehow, that's still hard to believe. You'll see. I'm gonna do anything to disappoint you. When will this be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need more time. You'll hang up on me, won't you? You'll hang up for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Sweet dreams, Mary. Wait, are they calling or texting? I thought they were texting. I didn't sleep at all that night. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to. Nothing could calm me down anymore at this point. My anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. Next morning when I got up, Crobin was still at home. Maybe because you didn't go with him. I don't remember if it's already said this, but who's Crobin in relationship to her? It's like a sibling, a cousin, a friend. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. But despite this, I didn't sit and have breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood to really talk to anyone, not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. I just wanted to cool down. As I was about to leave, Crow called out to me. Having breakfast with Mars? I responded. Yeah. He responded with a simple, okay. And after that, I was out the door. I just wanted to go to that place. Not be bothered. The cemetery? Oh, I thought you were actually gonna go hang out with a friend or something. Okay. The bus ride there, all three of them texted me again. Grovin said he noticed I left pretty quickly and hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research, and Reginald said he'd be at the cemetery again today. Though I appreciated their messages, I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. The dying ride It's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Restaurant? Bistro? I never knew the right words for places like this. We always had such silly names for it. So it was next to the cemetery. The restaurant in peace. Sometimes the diner. Even just simply dine dead. Always wondered if others got on. You probably wouldn't know just from looking at it, but there's 2 floors. Then the bottom floor, it's the diner itself. I've eaten there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, sometimes all in the same day. Top floor is more like a house. Our house. There's bedrooms, a bathroom, even a small living space with a TV. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. No one could get up there but me and my parents, of course. The upstairs is locked. You need a key. Which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up, and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in there, not even me. 'Cause I don't know. It's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key. For the front, too. It's my house, after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There were a few cars that passed by, and maybe a person or two on the sidewalk. No one really seemed to pay me any mind. It was still a bit early in the morning, so it wasn't surprising to see so few people out. Looked over my shoulders a few more times to make sure no one was watching me. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all different kinds of emotions. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time, because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad, and feel sad. But now, stepping inside, it felt nice, at least a little bit. Just being able to be in my own house after so long. It was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy to just be home. Everything was just as I had left it. Light still entered in through the windows the same way it always did. It still smelled faintly of delicious food, even though the kitchen hasn't been used in a while. Even Mom's special board was in the same spot. But it felt so empty. So desolate, so abandoned. There wasn't even any electricity here. The lights seemed on to me. Oh wait, that could just be the window. Never mind. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom or Dad. There was always people, even if just one person was here. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the mornings. I'd see their families come by for dinner, or people out on dates come here. Always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place. Like Halloween party. It's more like a trunk or treat kind of thing. We had a bunch of cars lined up in our parking lot, giving out candy. There were a few games to play. I remember Mom helping me put together a little Grim Reaper costume. It was a rare instance where I actually got along with other kids. I even was able to see them, considering I was homeschooled. I remember Crovin being here, too. Just like a zombie, though his makeup got completely ruined when we tried going bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples? That's so gross! I was literally just about to say that, but then decided not to say that. But that is so nasty because you're just putting your saliva in your face and other people's saliva. It's just, You even came up with that. I don't think I could ever imagine doing it today. It seemed fun as a kid, I guess, even though I never did so. Probably thought it was gross back then, too, I guess. Remember Crovin got to sleep over afterwards, too. Mom and Dad kept the Halloween decorations up all day the next day. It's funny. I use some of those decorations in my room now. Same Halloween decorations, the best decorations. I have spiders hanging from my ceiling right now. Actually, a spider hanging right above me as I speak. Oh, and skulls above my curtains. And a bunch of like little skeletons stuff too. But I remember all the booths and tables and windows being absolutely covered in orange and black streamers. But now it was all covered in dust. And no one's here. Where should I go? I'm kind of curious to see what your room looked like, but I think you might need to go to Mom and Dad's room right now. Decided to walk up to my parents' room. I just missed them so much I couldn't bring myself not to. Stepped into my parents' room. Curtains were drawn open and warm light flooded into the room as the sun finally came out from behind the clouds today. I could still smell some of my mom's perfume lingering in the air. That's some good perfume. I can't even smell my perfume when I just put it on. Everything was so neat, just as they always kept things. You wouldn't even have guessed they were kidnapped. They were kidnapped, okay. Oh yeah, I mean, phone person. There were no signs of struggle or even any sort of mess at all. The bed was made and all their stuff is exactly where it should be. The only thing different was a fine layer of dust from how long it had been. And the fact that my parents weren't here. Sat on my parents' bed. Always was softer than mine. I remember sleeping here as a little girl. I didn't feel quite big enough to sleep in my own bed just yet. Mom would help me build pillow forts here sometimes, and we would hang up a sign that said, "No boys allowed." It didn't take long for me to start crying. Missed my mom and dad. Never even got the chance to say goodbye to them. The last message I got from them was my mom telling me she hoped I would sleep well that night. Then, the next day, they were gone. Just like that. What do I do now? What if they never come back? What if Ari saw them for the last time? Ended up falling asleep on my parents' bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. When I woke up, I was unaware of how much time had passed. I felt groggy and I didn't think I would stay any longer. Probably just make me feel worse. I got up from the bed and began to head back downstairs. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed. Someone was here. Some stranger kneeling over in front of the doorway for whatever reason. Is the shadow getting bigger? Oh, that shadow's getting bigger. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked up. I didn't read the last of that. It's good. No one should have. That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. Stood there hoping they wouldn't see me. The way they were dressed in baggy dark clothes and their hood up told me they were most likely bad news. Did they follow me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, I tripped slightly and let out a small yelp as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. Wait! I wasn't even able to get a look at them. For a split second, I considered trying to chase after them. Hopefully it was just Crow, and that's it. Hopefully. Even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster than I could keep up with anyways. Panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. So nervous I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that, because, yeah, technically you broke it. You should call... What's her... Did I forget her name? The owl eyebrow person. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be. I didn't want to put any kind of attention on myself. I can't just call nobody. I have to tell someone about this. Who would I go to? Twyla, that's... Originally, he's close by. Twyla could have been the killer. Earl and his family healed out to do. Mystery number, was that you? Oh, mystery number, that's a good idea. But you could always take some of it. Twyla could have been the killer. That's what I was thinking originally, so I'm just gonna go with that. Hurriedly call Twyla. I'm like favoritism with Twyla right now. You wouldn't want to call Crow because he might get back to his grumpy self. Be like, why are you in here? We're finally forgetting blah blah blah. But Reginald is kind of a suspect right now. Mystery number would be a good idea, though. I hurriedly called Twyla. Could have been the Blackwood Butcher that was in here. If I don't want to go to the cops, she's the next best thing, right? I mean, if anyone could tell if it's the Butcher, she'd probably be able to. I hope. Come on, Twyla, pick up already. Twyla speaking. Twyla! You should get over here, quick! What? Why? Where even are you? Diner by the cemetery. It's a quick. I think the Butcher is here. What? Are you serious? No, wait, don't touch anything. I'm coming right now. Felt like I waited forever for Twyla to arrive. Stood in the diner alone, just standing there. Waiting. Possibly shaking. I don't remember it that well. But I didn't move from the spot I stood in. She did tell me not to touch anything after all. She arrived, she didn't even give me a chance to say hi. She immediately started talking, came in holding some weird box. Told her that whoever it was probably long gone by now, but she said we were all still going to look for clues. Maybe get fingerprints or something. I complied, doing whatever she asked of me. We searched the building together. I made sure I was always in the same room as Twyla, just in case. Fortunately, we couldn't find anything that would point us to who it might have been. There were no stray hairs or torn fabrics. Twyla even dusted for fingertips, but we could only find hers and my own. It's almost as if no one was here at all. But when we investigated my room, I noticed one of my plushies disappeared. It's one of my favorites, and I always kept it right on the shelf next to my bed, so it couldn't have gone lost so easily. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots. I think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh God. Searching for what felt like an eternity, we just gave up. There's nothing more we could do here. I felt bad calling for Twyla's help just to wind up with nothing. I don't think there's anywhere else we can look. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I dragged you all the way here. I thought at the very least this could help in your investigation, but there's nothing really here. It's fine. It's not a total loss. Can you at least remember anything about the suspect? You said something about baggy clothes, so that's all I remember. No. I didn't really get a good look at them. Could have been anyone. Well, whatever. Whether they're the Butcher or not, someone has a special interest in this place. And it's definitely worth looking into. Yeah. You have to be keeping an eye out on this place. Maybe you can catch them next time they come back. How do you plan to do that? Don't worry about it. I have my ways. You probably shouldn't come back. Well, you shouldn't be here by yourself. You can't die too. It might mess up the investigation. Oh, alright. That's probably smart anyways. Thanks for helping me, Twyla. Yeah, whatever. Just don't come back here and mess anything up, okay? After a little while longer, Twyla left, leaving me standing alone there once again. Stepped outside as she drove off and locked the front doors behind me, wondering if that would be enough to stop whoever broke in from doing it again. Stayed in crowded areas the rest of the day, hoping that being around so many people would provide some sense of safety. Only time I was alone again that day was when I went back home that night. Well, I'm never truly alone then either, am I? Hello again. Good evening. Was that you, my diner today? What do you mean? You were there today. I was in my diner, or house, I guess. There was a stranger. Couldn't see their face. Ran out as soon as they realized I was behind them. Was that you? No. I don't know why I bothered asking. I doubt you'd give me the truth either way. Sometimes lying will be necessary. But I am telling the truth now. If you say so. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why is that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. Good night, Mary. So much for getting a good night's sleep. Mary, are you still sleeping? Mary! No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I've had a long night last night. A long night? You went to bed at 8:30. I didn't sleep well. Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any. Do they have chocolate chips? Of course, it's Sunday. Okay, I'll be down soon. Really got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. And from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate. You don't hurry, I'm gonna eat all of them. Dad! Well, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. There was a plate waiting for me. My mother was there was a plate waiting for me. My mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for the breakfast, Mom. Of course, dear. Oh my god, that noise that plays during a dialogue. So, do you have any plans today? No, not really. Aw, is Robin busy today? I don't know, probably. Well, we can always do something if you want. We can? Of course we can. Didn't you want to see that new movie? Or one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight? Are you sure? Aren't you busy? No, I'm never too busy for my little girl. That sounds really fun. But what about Mom? Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. Just go out with your father. You can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too. I've been really looking forward to this movie. So excited now. This morning's been quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something? No. Something is weird here. But what? What's wrong? It's way too empty in here. Coffee, Dad, Mom. It's way too empty in here. No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so. And the fact is your Mom and Dad are here. Mom's fine. Mom's always. Wait. Mom can't talk. Mom is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even was that? That was talking to me. Is that why her voice sounded so weird? Mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on? Mary, you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I can make these me some tea that'll help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. We're just gonna go to the bathroom. Don't look in the mirror. I hopped on. Yeah, I can't speak. I'm gonna save actually. I hopped out of my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mom. Is that even my dad? I was hoping that once in the bathroom I can rinse my face off and make sense of things. But Mom, Mom, what are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mom? Oh, damn. Gotta figured something like that would happen when you saw her in the bathroom. But, okay. Thought you liked Ghost. It's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I had been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. Always have. Even when I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case. I'm excited for the one today. And I'm excited to see what they're like. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. Same here. No one even seemed to turn their head to me as I came near. It started to rain. Never said anything about rain today, but I thought it might, and I saw the clouds develop this morning. So I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella. No one was even bothering to help keep her dry, so I covered her with my umbrella. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, dear. Of course. Pardon me if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? Oh. Well, it was my darling Miss Bella. She passed just last week. My condolences. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relationship to her? Me? Yes. I'm Stella's mom. Bella's mom. I never met you before, have I? It's okay. Lots of people haven't. Very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I really don't believe I'll ever recover from this. No, don't say that. She wouldn't want you to think like that, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. Oh, it's... You did not have to. I'm sorry if that was too intrusive. She was sick, you see. For a very long time. She was in the hospital for a while. We always thought that she was going to get better. It always seemed that way, at least. In the end, well, things didn't go as we thought they would. I see. I'm very sorry that happened. It's alright. Tried our best. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now. Where's she going to go? Who will tell her how to get there? The way she is right now. Is she happy? Either she's not. After all, look how many people came to say goodbye. They all left her such nice gifts and pretty flowers. So she knows they're thinking of her. I think it'd be impossible not to feel happy. Seeing how many people cared about you till the very end. Wherever her spirit may be, I'm sure she's happy. Especially knowing how many people came to wish her a warm send-off. Really think she's happy? I do. Well then, I'd like to believe it too. Sure she would want that as well. I'm sorry if I've upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It's a funeral after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite alright. Talking about it actually helped a little bit. I feel a bit better hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then. Yes, thank you. Why, I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's alright. My name is Mary. Mary? Mary. Hold on a moment. You mean to say you're Cemetery Mary? I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, that's me. I see. Thank you, Mary. Isabella was here. I'm sure she wanted to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well. It was a lovely funeral. The coffin was lowered. Soon enough, the rain stopped. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her, to each other, and steadily they left. Soon it was just me and the lady. And it felt bad if I overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral. So I quietly said my goodbyes and left. To my surprise, someone was there waiting for me on the sidewalk. Is that the guy, the rain, whatever his name was? No, it's her. Okay, good. Twyla, what are you doing here? I saw you from behind the fence. You were at a funeral. Did another person die already? No. Well, yes, but not someone I know. Mm. Okay, then. Anyway, I'm glad I ran into you here. I was actually thinking of calling you, but you're already here, so... Oh, why? Do you need something? Yeah, there was something I wanted to check out. But you might be able to help me with it. Well, sure, I'll help. Is it still about the, you know, the butcher and stuff? Of course it is. What else would it be about? Alright. Sorry, that was silly of me to ask. I'm not sure how much help I can be, but I'll try. It's fine, you don't need to do much. You just need to stand there and ask for something. That won't be a problem for you, will it? I don't see how it would be. Seems easy enough to me. So, where are we going? Follow me. Only a few blocks down from here. I followed Twyla down the sidewalk. We didn't really talk as we walked, but I enjoyed her company nonetheless. The sky remained cloudy and the sidewalk was full of puddles we tried to avoid, till eventually we ended up where Twyla planned to be today. It was a bookstore, one I sometimes passed by but never really bothered to look inside. It didn't seem as cozy or as comforting as the library. The library. A bookstore? Twyla, if you needed books, why didn't we just go to the library? It's much bigger and you wouldn't have to... Kay, can you, shut up? Huh? What did I tell you earlier? Alright. You just need to stand there and ask for something, right? That's it. Besides, we're not here for books. We're not? No. You don't need to worry about why we're here. I just need you to do this for me. What are we doing again? Let's just say I'm not allowed in this bookstore anymore. I mean, I'm planning on fixing that problem eventually. But I need to do this now. Did you not pay for a book, or did you do something more serious, or... That's where you come in. You're gonna go in there, talk to the man at the desk. I need you to get him look in the back somehow. Then once he does, signal back to me out here. I'll get what I need and then get out. Got it? You're going to steal from him? Twyla, I don't know. I don't feel right about this. Mary, it's for the investigation. Do you think I'd steal just for the fun of it? You just want people to keep dying left and right. You could ask her to buy the book for you. I mean, no, of course not. But, well, sometimes you have to do bad things to be the good guy. But we're talking about people's lives here. Do you really want to risk someone's life because you didn't want to lie for a few minutes? Like, she has a point, but I feel like they don't have to steal. Like, she could check out the book herself. Let's maybe go for this. I mean, can I at least know what you're taking? Don't just stare at me. Okay, fine. I'll do it. There you go. Now get in there and distract him. Alright. Stepped into the store at Twyla's command. Already felt guilty before it even happened. But this was somehow helping someone then. It's worth doing, right? As I entered, I noticed the man behind the desk. He was old and pretty scruffy. Surprised he was even able to see out of all the hair that covered his eyes. He seemed pretty big. On top of it, he had a hook for a hand. Certainly gave quite the first impression without even having said anything. He didn't turn to me when I entered. Did he even see me, actually? Is this who Twyla was worried about getting past? Stepped up to the counter. Sir? What do you want? Oh, That's a good question. All kinds. What, you thinking we're gonna freak an entire genre? Oh no, I've never been in the store before, so I didn't know. No? Is there something I can help you with, ma'am? Alright. It's a bookstore. I ain't too specific Tuesdays, Adams. Oh, it's by an author named Horace Horoscope. Can't say I've heard of him. What's the book about? The zodiac. It's about like zodiac signs and astrology and stuff. It's a book about astrology and zodiac signs. Written by Mr. Horoscope. Yes, that's right. I'll tell you what. I never heard of this big guy, but I'll check in the back for you. Well, thank you so much. After that exchange, the man went to check in the back for any books. I totally just stole that joke name from a popsicle stick, but he seemed to fall for it, so I guess whatever works. After he left into the back room, I signaled for Twyla that she could come sneak in. Except Twyla didn't tell me what to signal with, so I kind of just flailed my arms and back and hands a bit until she noticed me. Felt really bad about it, going behind that man's back like that. If doing this meant catching someone dangerous, then. Twyla was in and out quicker than I expected, so she knew exactly where she was looking. Would have followed her, but I was waiting for the man to come back. Wonder if she still needed me or she went on her way after leaving. Before I could think about it too much, he came back. Said he didn't have anything like what I was looking for, but he did give me something. I'll talk to Ghost. He said it looked like something I'd like. He even gave it to me free of charge. Was just taking up space, he said. Probably cost less than 30 cents to make, he said. Wished him a good day, and then I was on my way. To my surprise, Twyla was still waiting for me once I got out of the bookstore. Where's the book? You don't have any bags or anything. Yeah, where's her book, too? Oh, Twyla. You're still here? Yeah, I'm still here. What fucking took you so long? Oh, well, he gave me a book, and I... Hey, wait. Can I ask what you took from him now? Does it matter? I mean, well, kind of. He was really nice to me. It's not as if I told told you, and it's not as if you've told me much about why he did it. Fair enough. Fine, I'll show you. Only if you get into my car with me. That sounds so shady. Huh? Well, since you're supposed to be helping me, I wanted to bring you to my house for interrogation, if you will. Interrogation? The main reason I asked for your help is because your family members were involved in a mysterious death. So I wanted to ask you some questions about them and take down some notes. But not here. I don't even like talking about this out loud. So I'll call up a car to come pick us up. You're fine coming with me, right? Oh, I mean, sure. I don't really have any other plans. Yeah, I figured. Twyla called up a car to come pick us up. Is this one of those taxi service things? No. I'm just really rich. Oh, alright. Shortly enough, a car rolled by to come pick us up. Driver came out and held the door open for Twyla and I. She crawled into the back seat and I followed suit. Buckling into the car seat, it felt incredibly strange. Groven's family has always had a bit of money themselves, but never like this. Anyways, you wanted to see what I took, right? Yes, please. Twyla reached around and presented me with a wooden box. It wasn't until she opened it that I felt alarmed. So I guess that's why she couldn't have just bought it, because it's not a book. A knife? You stole a knife from him? Why did you steal a knife from him? How did you even know he had this? That's not important, she said, closing the box and putting it back down. Is this connected to why he doesn't let you into his store anymore? No, but again, that's not important. Do you think he was using that to, Well, I can't say for sure, but it's anyone's guess. Would you feel safer that he doesn't have it on him? I don't really know, to be honest. I still don't like that we stole from him. Listen, we did the right thing. Trust me. Give it back to him after all. I'll give it back to him after this is all through and he's proven innocent, okay? What if he knows it's gone and thinks I took it? Well then, probably a good idea you don't go back there. When I looked at Twyla, it was like she was staring off very intently at nothing at all. She looked like she was going for different ideas in her head. Deep in thought. I didn't want to disrupt her process or anything. Twyla had just told me she was rich. So rich that she had a chauffeur? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Drive her whenever she needed to be. But despite that, I didn't expect her to be this rich. We had to pass through a gate to even get in. She even had a fountain in the front. Oh my goodness, Twyla. You really live like this? Yeah. I told you I was rich, didn't I? Got out of the car together, and Chauffeur drove off slowly. As soon as I exited, my nose was bombarded with the smell of freshly cut grass, fragrant flowers that adorned the front of the house. Even though it had been raining today, nothing smelled like the dampness of rain. It seemed overly affected by it. Felt like I had just stepped onto an entirely new planet. By the way, I live with my uncle. Pretty sure he's home right now. Might have to say hi to him. Oh, that's fine. I just warned you because he can be kind of sleazy. Oh? Hardly has a good attitude and often flirts with girls he doesn't know. I see. Yeah, but like, now that I think about it. It's usually only for pretty girls, so you should be fine. That's so mean! What? But Mary's literally so pretty. I see. Oh, she just like... Oh, I see. You wasn't even a joke. Oh my god. That's so mean. Okay. We walked up the tall staircase in the front, and Twyla unlocked the double doors. As soon as we got inside, it appeared as if her uncle was leaving. Twyla home already? Yeah, I needed to bring someone over for some business. I see. Well, I was just about to head out myself. It'd be rude of me not to introduce myself, of course. I'm Denson. What would your name be, little lady? Oh, my name is Mary. Nice to meet you, sir. Pleasure to meet you as well. Anyways, I have to take my leave now. I'll be running late if I stay any longer. I'll leave you little ladies to your business. Perhaps I'll see you again soon. It took so much not to say Dinsey nuts. I'm sorry. After that, he was gone. Your uncle looks like a cartoon supervillain. Yeah, I know. He looks idiotic. It's embarrassing being related to him. Well, I don't know if I go that far. Come on, I didn't bring you here to talk about my uncle. Let's go. Twyla led me through her house. It's pretty big on the inside and very nicely decorated. To think that she just lived here felt wild. I didn't get to have too good of a look at her home though. Twyla led me to a room that looked like a den almost. Maybe some kind of storage room? Compared to the rest of the house, it seemed a bit messy, as if the room itself belonged to a completely different house. There were instruments near the walls, and small tables with playing cards sprawled across them. There were lots of cabinets and drawers, but I had no idea what they might be holding. It was strange, somewhat cozy as well, like some sort of tucked-away activity room. Twyla led me to one of her tables and told me to take a seat while she readied herself. I sat and waited for her to be ready as she pulled out a laptop, as well as a notepad and some other things. She sat across from me and opened her laptop, but once she had everything prepared, the entire aura of the room felt different. It felt compressed, full of pressure, like this really was some sort of interrogation, like I was somehow in trouble. I'm gonna ask you a few questions, Mary. I want to know about your aunt and uncle that died. Be honest and tell me all the details. Okay? What should I do? I said I wanted to help Twyla, but do I really want to tell her the truth of everything that's happened? I know she's doing it for a good cause, but she's still a stranger to me. Hardly know anything about her. But if I lie, will she be able to tell? Would it ruin the investigation? If I lie about what really happened? Am I offering the butcher another chance to get away? Would I share blame if someone dies because I didn't tell the truth? Ask away whenever you're ready. Alright then. Start. How old were your aunt and uncle? Be honest. Well, I don't always remember their exact ages, though I don't think they were the same age. It was kind of obvious too. My uncle was kind of old and was beginning to show on his face. My aunt still looked pretty good for her age. Sometimes she even looked younger than my mom, if I'm honest. But don't tell my mom I said that. Right, next question, I guess? Right. So, have you ever given reason to suspect they may be dying soon? Huh? How do you mean? Well, before they die. Were you ever worried that they would die soon? No, I never would have thought that. They were both so healthy and full of life. They just, I don't know, felt like the lifetime people I would know forever. I see. Of course, that brings me to ask. How did they die? They went out together one night. I don't know exactly where or why, but I just thought it was some sort of date night. They were supposed to meet up with a friend or two, but we got a call, and they were just gone. Gone? Well, like, dead, you know. But how did they die? I don't know. I wasn't allowed to see them. No one spoke much about it in front of me, so I don't know much about the details either. Was it in the news or anything big? I don't think so. I don't know. All I know was that my uncle had blood on his clothes. Maybe some rips and tears. No one's really sure how my aunt died. I see. Well, I think that's all I need. Twyla typed up some final words before closing her laptop and getting up from her chair. That's it? We're done? Yes, that's all I need right now. Thank you for agreeing to talk with me. I was a bit taken aback by how short it took. We traveled all the way to Twyla's house just to talk for a short while. She didn't even ask me for their names or anything. I don't even know what sort of information really got out of it. I doubted I was being overly helpful. So what do we need now? Well, I'll be continuing my own research, but you can go home for now. Really? That's all you needed me for? Mm-hmm. Not quite what I was expecting to hear, but it certainly helps me a lot. Really? Yes, it helps give me some more insight on some things that have been happening lately. That's all I need from you. Right now, at least. As I said, you can go home now. You sure? I mean, we came all this way. I feel like I hardly did anything. Did more than enough, Mary. Please leave. I need to focus on the research I've been collecting. The last thing I need is a headache. I understand. I'll text my driver to pick you up out front. Give me your address so I can send it to him, too. Oh, that won't be necessary. You can just, drop me off by the cemetery. Why? Just 'cause I just, don't feel like going home right now. Alright then. After saying goodbye, I went out from front to the car that would drive me back to the cemetery. It's a bit of a quiet and awkward ride, but I arrived there safely, so I can't complain. If I had gotten later than I thought, though, however, I didn't realize how fast the time flew by. There wasn't much else for me to do with the day at this point. It wasn't long before I decided to just take the bus back home again. Nothing of note really happened after that, except, well, you know. You're here? Hello? Yes, I'm here. Is there a problem? You mean, other than the ones you've caused me? I apologize. You say that, but nothing's changed. Doing all I can to keep you happy. You already know what would make me happy, though. And that is? We've gone over this, haven't we? Sorry, Mary, but you already know how I feel and what I'll share with you. Keeping up communication with you because it's what you wish. But I won't divulge any information about your parents or who I am. So please, if you must ask questions, no, I won't answer anything like this for you. You'll find out in time, so please be patient with me. Do you understand? Understand. Alright then. Things were quiet for a bit after that. I wondered if they were done texting me. To my surprise, I got a text a few moments later. Expected it to be them, but instead it was, "Hi, are you awake right now?" Twyla? She wants so late. Yes, I'm awake. Why do you ask? You don't have any plans tomorrow, do you? Other than standing around the cemetery all day? Well, when you put it like that... No, I'm not busy. Oh, good. Then we can do this sooner rather than later. I want you to head somewhere with me tomorrow. Where? You'll find out when we get there. Can't I know? No. Why not? Because I don't want you refusing to come with. Think I'd refuse to help you? I don't know. I'm kind of sensitive, that's all. Trust me, it's not that bad. You don't even have to do blood. Remember when you were a distraction for me earlier today? Yeah? Well, you're just gonna be doing that again, but someplace different. Oh. See? See what? You're already chickening out. I'm not. So you help me then? In case you forgot, this is for the sake of capturing a murderer, you know. Kind of being used right here. I didn't forget. I come with, just as long as you don't steal anything this time. I shouldn't need to. It's not anything important. I'll see you tomorrow then. What's your address? I'll come pick you up. Oh, well. I'll be at the cemetery by then, surely. Really? I'm planning to go pretty early. Yes, I'll be there. I'm not really at home that often, so. Besides, it'll be easier for you to drive too, I'm sure. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Can you meet me by the cemetery at 7:30? Oh, that early? The early bird gets the worm, after all. It's not a problem for you, is it? Oh, no, it's fine. I'll be there. Alright, good. Guess I better go to bed then. Twyla didn't respond after that message. Seeing how early I would have to get up the next day, I tucked myself into the covers and tried to rush myself to sleep. It wasn't easy, especially when I didn't know where Twyla would be taking me. But eventually I was able to fall asleep. It was still somewhat dark out when I woke up the next morning. I could hear Crovin snoring in his bed as I brushed my hair and got dressed for the day. Honestly, I wasn't even sure when the bus would be coming, so I never really took the bus that early before. But I caught one and was waiting by the cemetery gates when Twyla's car pulled up. Once again, she had a chauffeur taking us. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I tried not to question it. After all, she's probably used to getting around like this. Once I was in the car with her and we were driving, I felt it appropriate to ask her again where we were going. She answered. Retirement home? Yes. This is supposed to help us catch the butcher? That's what I'm hoping anyways. If I may ask, why there? Well, one reason the murderer is being suspected is because of the spike in deaths on us lately. There's rumors people have been spreading about them being violent. But, after doing research on all the recent deaths we had, I noticed the majority of them were above 65 years old. People in that age group have been dying the most in this area. What? Well, I mean, isn't that a bit expected for older elderly people to be dying? Exactly. Huh? I don't think I catch your drift. It's probably so they kill people older so that it's not suspected it's a murderer and they won't get caught as easily. Mary, if you were a serial killer who, to avoid risk of getting caught, didn't want to be known at all, who would you kill? I don't know. You kill someone who's already unexpected to die, of course. Even if honesty proves otherwise, most people would still assume they died of old age. I hope I pronounced that right. I know what that means, but honesty? I don't know. Or a heart attack or some sickness or some other age-related issue. Maybe a few people would be suspicious, even spread rumors about you. The majority would think there's nothing unusual about an old person dying. Never thought of it like that. So we're going to there to, like, look for clues? Evidence? Something like that. Why can you be so certain about this? What if we don't find anything, or what if we get in trouble? It'll be fine. It's not like this is the most high-security place in the world. I'm sure all the nurses will be too worried about the geezers to pay attention to whatever we'll be doing anyways. Especially with you distracting them. Oh, right. Suppose I did say I would do that, didn't I? You did. So don't let me down, okay? I'll I'll try not to. The sun seemed to illuminate the front of the building perfectly as we drove up. Cypress Side. I've heard of this place before. I've seen job ads for it. They were looking for nurses and other stuff. Twyla told the driver to return in about 2 hours or so, before stepping out of the car. Followed her. The air smelled fresh and clean as we headed towards to the welcoming front door. Must have been all the flowers planted outside. As we stepped through the entranceway, my senses were bombarded with an extremely sanitized smell. Lights felt bright, and I noticed that no windows had their curtains drawn. It felt extremely clean and open in here. There was the faint sound of what I could only describe as old people music playing in the other room. Surprisingly, there was no one at the front counter. Twyla seemed to notice this as well. Oh good, no one to interrogate us about why we're here. Sorry became 10 times easier. In fact, this is a good place to start. What do you mean? That's what I mean, Mary. I'm gonna look through the computer. Are there like no security cameras around or something? Seems like a bookstore, like I guess people just don't have security cameras. Oh, Twyla, please don't. Mary, please. Don't make a bigger deal out of this than it is. Not stealing anything, it's for a greater good, right? Alright? Stop making me go over this. Alright, but only because it's for a greater good. Good. Now why get started? Go out there and distract them. But how? I don't know, it's your job. As nurses where things are, pretend you're entertainment. Even fake a medical emergency, I don't care. Make sure no one comes over here. If you spot anyone coming over here, stop them. Or alert me so I can get out. How should I alert you? I don't know, shout something like, look, a deer, and point at the nearest window. I'll know what it means when I hear it. Alright, that makes sense. Good, now get on out there. You don't want to waste any time. Right. As instructed, I walked further into what appeared to be a common room. There were some elderly people there, as well as around 3 or 4 nurses to watch them. I collected a few odd glances as I entered, but it was important that I not look suspicious. Though when it comes to me, I just tried to smile and look inviting. But being a distraction proved more difficult than I thought it would be. Talking to people didn't seem like the right way to go about it. I don't even know what I would have said. I didn't want to say the wrong thing and come off as even more suspicious. Though I'm sure I looked nervous enough as it is. Kept looking over to Twyla. She was always steady at work, it seemed. Wonder what she was even looking for. She clearly knew what she was doing, but maybe she thought I would understand it or something. Maybe she was scared I wouldn't agree to doing this if I knew. Maybe Twyla is the butcher or something and she's trying to get information for her next target. She's just using you, I don't know. I tried to appear distracting and kept a lookout. Also tried to look through some drawers or bookshelves and people's eyes weren't on me. It felt dirty and wrong, even if this was a common area. I just didn't like snooping and all. Not like it mattered, I guess, because I didn't find anything important. At one point I noticed a nurse heading to the front desk. I was about to shout or hold deer plan, but it's a good thing I turned the check before I yelled. Because when I looked back over there, Twyla was gone. That's strange. Where'd she go? Did she just get up and head somewhere else without telling me? She wouldn't leave the building, right? Or did she already get caught because I wasn't checking enough? Well, either way, there's no use to me being in the common room anymore. Made my way out and went to look for her. Of course, if she was snooping around, I couldn't just out and call her name. So I tried to be quiet as I looked and made sure to keep a lookout for anything strange as I did. And I did actually happen across something strange. there was a trail or something on the floor. What? Did she die? I noticed it as I looked down. It was like a stain. It spread across the floor. It wasn't red, so I didn't think it was blood or anything. Okay, well that's good. I bent down really close. It even vaguely smelled of fruit, if that made sense. It was something familiar and yet seemed unfamiliar too. I couldn't exactly pin what it was. Something about it just felt off. Like this isn't the type of stain you're supposed to find here. All I knew is what it looked like and that it formed the trail. Naturally, I started to follow it. But I didn't get very far. Excuse me, miss? Or I heard a woman's voice speaking to me harshly. Okay, that sounded like the mom text, like the mom, I don't know what it's called, but the voice thing. Looked up to see a nurse in front of me. She did not look happy. Oh, hello there. What are you doing? What do you mean? Are you looking for something? Oh, not particularly. I noticed you in the common room earlier. Now you're looking around the hall. What is it that you're here for? It doesn't seem like you came here to visit someone. Oh, no, I did. I just was surprised they weren't in the common room, so I went to look for their room. But I couldn't remember the number. Really now? Who is it you came to visit then? Oh, my grandpa. Here to visit my grandfather. Can't mistake him. He looks a lot like me. We both got red hair. Glasses. I mean, I don't have glasses, but he does. And he's pretty old. And what's his name? His name? Oh, shoot. What am I supposed to say? If I say the wrong thing, I'm doomed. Well, absolutely cornered now, but it was then I noticed Twyla. She was all the way at the end of the hall, right past the nurse in front of me. She seemed to have spotted me as I was looking for her. Looked as if she was crossing to some other room, but guess she noticed it looked like I was in trouble. Should I call her over? Maybe she can help me. She looked through the computer after all. She could give the nurse the name she's looking for. But what should I do? Handle the situation without her. It might be a little weirder to have someone come over to get the name of your grandfather. Besides, I couldn't call Twyla over. She might be onto something or trying to remain hidden. I'd mess everything up if I made her presence known. Tried to signal with my eyes to Twyla, even nod my head a bit to show she should leave and that I was okay on my own. Seemed I got to the message and hurried out of there. Now, of course, I was stuck here. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. We've got this twitching issue. Runs in the family. Oh, wait. You're Rathworth's kid? Ed Rathworth? Yes, that's my granddad. Yeah, he mentioned something about his grandchild coming to visit soon. So I warn you, his opinion of you isn't very high. Oh. I'll take you to his room. Follow me. Able to get off easier than I thought. Followed her to the stranger's room. She dropped me off and then left on her way. Well, I guess I'm stuck here. She sees me looking through the halls again. No doubt she'd be suspicious. Stay here for a while. I'm sure Twyla will message me if she meets me, or it's time to go anyways. Pulled out a stool and sat across from the old man in front of me. I guess I ought to introduce myself. Hello, sir. Hello? Mr. Ed? Who's there? Hello, Mr. Ed. It's very nice to meet you. I hope this isn't too awkward. Sorry, let me turn my hearing aid up. Blind as bad, I'm already losing my hearing too. Alright now, come on again. Who's this? I ain't had a visitor in forever. No? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't really recognize you from anywhere. I'm sure you don't recognize me. Is he also like cemeteries? Can't say I do. Oh, vibes like mine, can't say I recognize anyone anymore. Ooh. I'm Mary. I don't think you've heard me say it earlier, but it's very nice to meet you. Ed, and pleasure to meet you too. Sorry, I don't really know what to talk about. Well, for starters, why don't you tell me why you're here? It's a little suspicious to get a sudden visitor, I don't know. sure. Why is that? You're not up to anything bad, are you? Oh, no, not at all. In fact, I'm here for a good reason. My friend, too. She's not with me now, but saw me get in trouble with the nurse, but I made sure she didn't get in trouble as well. Though I guess I was kind of able to get myself out of trouble, too, so it's okay. Yeah, the nurses are a bunch of hard asses. Oh my. What? It's true. I can let they out of baby us all the time. Let me tell you, just because I'm wearing diapers doesn't mean I'm a baby. See, they're really so annoying. Oh, do you know it? Don't get me wrong, those are cute sweethearts, but wowee, some of these folks need to take a, what's it called? Chill pill? Yeah, one of those. Sure, they just want to make sure you're okay. Yeah, I get it. I'm sure it ain't an easy job. But it is a bit hard to be around them acting so strictly all the time, and when you don't need them to be. How do you mean? Well, they ain't always the nicest company, that's all. You not enjoy their company? Well, it isn't awful, but I'd much rather hang out with around friends and family, people like. Well, why can't you? They're all dead. I'm so sorry for your loss. You okay? It happens to all of us. None of my friends seem that blasted as long as I did. Your family? Well, they ain't dead, most of them. They might as well be. Why do you say that? Hell, they never come to visit me. They showed up to visit at my old home when my wife died. None of them wanted to take care of me because who would, right? Stuck me in here fastest chance they got. Sorry, that's a tad rude of me. I shouldn't be talking like that. Some of them actually called to say they visit soon. So, I'm sorry. That's really sad. Ah, pooey, don't you worry about that. Guess it's just expected when you're old. People see you less and less the older you get. I know this is sudden, but you mentioned your wife died. May I ask you something? About your wife? That's alright? Please? Sure. How did she die? You know, it was so long ago, I don't even remember. Long ago? I see. Did she pass peacefully at least? I'm sorry, was that too brash? I hope it was peaceful. She deserved only the best, the sweetheart she was. I hope. If they're not visiting me, they better be visiting her. Huh? Who? Your wife? Who else? In my state, I can't visit her. So those children of mine better be paying their respects, giving her the company I can. Actually, it may sound very strange, but I think I've met her before. I will. I live very close to the cemetery, and I like to make sure that every person has at least a flower. Your last name seems familiar to me. I think I've met her before, so I hope I can reassure you that she hasn't been forgotten. Is that so? Really do that? With someone you don't even know? Well, yes. I believe that people always deserve respect, even after passing. And if you feel like she's not getting enough, well, I'm more than happy when I'm able to provide. And I can visit you too. Like here. You said your family doesn't visit you enough, right? Well, I'm sure I can make time to visit you here. Maybe I'll be able to take you to visit your wife too. I'm sorry, I just got a bit weird there, didn't I? I'd like that. You would, really? I'm so glad then. Or I could say much else. The nurse popped in to check on us. Hello. How's everything going in here? Everyone doing okay? Oh yes, thank you. Glad to hear it. Well, I'm gonna bring you your special lunch, Ed. Lunchtime already? I see, thank you. Nurse pulled out one of those small folding tables and placed down a tray of food for Ed. Ed sipped a spoonful of soup and coughed. Immediately began to worry that he was choking, but then... Oh no, what's happening? What's happening? That's exactly what I said. Ed? Oh dear, oh my. Don't worry, this will be fine. I just need to call for some help, that's all. Oh jeez, don't die. I just met you. Saw the nurse reach over and pull out what looked like a walkie-talkie. Scrambled to get it working as she voiced that there was an emergency. Before I knew it, nurses started flooding the room, and as I pushed out by the... tried to look over to see what was happening, but it was no use. There was too many of them, and I was too short to see past. I felt a tight feeling in my throat as I nervously fiddled my hands together. I don't know what happened. I tried to listen in, but with all the nurses talking and panicking at once, it was hard. I think I heard something about an ambulance, but I couldn't be sure. I wasn't sure what to do next, but then... Twyla! There you are! Hey, what's going on in there? The man. The guy. Use your words, Mary. This guy's in there. He started choking now, but the nurses are in there trying to fix it. I think I heard one of them call for an ambulance. Really? That's a lucky break for us then. Huh? Well, if they're all in there, we can go even further without getting caught. Twyla! He's having an emergency. Yeah, it's the work of the butcher. Think about it. Maybe this is because the butcher really did decide to strike here today. Maybe they're still around. Maybe you can catch them or find something they left behind. Twyla, please. Come on, who knows how much time we have. They let this opportunity to go to waste, but I will. If you're not going to go with me, then wait outside until I'm done. Okay, whether you like it or not. Twyla, no! I had no choice. I had to follow Twyla. I didn't want her do something. I didn't want her doing something even worse. Luckily, most of the doors she tried to get in were locked anyways. Then she tried getting to the kitchen. Before she could step inside, I reached out and tried to pull her back. She was insistent on getting in. Twyla, stop it. Let's go, Mary. I need to look. I saw something in here earlier, but I couldn't get a close enough look until now. Get off before you really get on my nerves. You said you wouldn't be like this. I mean, what if the food was poison? I guess we have to go look in here. Okay? Twyla, this is going way too far. It's not like we're real police or detectives or something. We're trespassers, Twy. You don't know how long everyone will be gone for. If someone comes back and sees us in here, we could get in big trouble. Please. It's not worth it. You're right. Fine then. Let's go. I let go of Twyla and started back down the hall. Though from the corner of my eye I could swear I saw her rush in really quick. When I turned around, she was right behind me. So I want to believe she didn't do anything underhanded. Twyla took out her phone and made sure Chef 4 was on his way. I hadn't even realized he had already gotten near the town we planned to leave. Stepped out of the building into the soft sunshine. Felt so strange to but everything seemed so peaceful out here compared to the chaos going on inside. Worry still swelled in my chest, but I assured myself they had everything under control as we sat on the curb and waited for our ride. We didn't say much. I was fine with that. Before I knew it, our ride showed up and we crawled into the back seat. As we drove off, I noticed the ambulance sirens blaring into the front of their home. My heart sank once again. During the ride, I looked over to Twyla. She seemed to be texting like crazy on her phone. She seemed frustrated. It was probably my fault, I figured, so I tried to make sure I was still on her good side. Twyla, are you mad at me? I'm sorry. I think I was cut out for this as you'd like me to be. It's fine. I'm not upset. You sure? Yes. I collected a lot of information from there. I'll have a lot to go over when I analyze my findings later. Oh, I'm glad then. What the fuck is going on? Just spammed that. Oh my god. The rest of the ride was mostly quiet until she asked where I was wanting to be dropped off. When I go to, I told her to let me off at the cemetery. She called me a weirdo, but dropped me off there anyways. The rest of my day was pretty uneventful after that. I'm really, truly thankful for that. I don't know what I would have done had something else awful happened. I went home at my usual time and carried on as normal. Where were you today? You're not already here, are you? Why do you think I am? Something bad happened today. Oh? What was that? I don't know if I should tell you. And how would I know what you're talking about? I went somewhere today, and while I was there, someone started having a medical emergency. They called an ambulance. I was told I should leave. I see. Sorry you had to go through that. Any means, I hope you may feel better about what happened soon. Try not to think about it too much. And get a good night's sleep. I always try to. Good night, Mary. It had been a few days since I last talked to Twyla. Well, I have been talking to her, though she isn't the easiest soul to conversation with. Unless she wants to talk about the butcher, there's not really nothing we have to talk about. And things regarding it have been pretty quiet lately. Well, on my end at least. I don't know what Twyla's doing or if she's found anything. I feel like she doesn't really trust me. But, well, that's fair. We don't really know each other too well. Maybe she'll start to trust me the more we work together. That's how friendship works, right? Anyways, I'm spending today at home like I've been. Going out is nice, but I need a little break every once in a while too. Not Crovin, though, apparently. He always leaves the house, even if it's not a nice day. He stays out all day too, so it can get pretty lonely when he's not around. But it's not so bad. I've been able to keep myself pretty entertained. I started reading the book that the old bookstore owner had given me. And then I saw the title. When I talked to ghosts, I figured it was, well, figurative. Thought it'd be some spooky story with a clever title, but to my surprise, it was written as more of an instructional guide. It's a very interesting read, and then I'm curious as to how they get all this information anyways. As previously mentioned, ghosts exist on different plane of existence, that much is obvious. They can communicate with us despite their beings existing on a separate layer from ours. We see time and time again their attempts to reach us. Perhaps it is because they're angry. Perhaps it's because they are lonely. Does each ghost exist on their own? Three spirits share a realm with one another, expanding their everlasting. Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Or is there only purgatory? Searching for miles beyond what we can comprehend. These are questions I cannot yet answer, for if I could, I wouldn't be here writing this right now, would I? But there is a question I've been able to answer. Since ghosts can't make contact with us, I often wondered, could we contact them? Sure, you've heard of physics and mediums and whatnot, but that is only half of what I'm talking about. Being born with an innate ability is a factor, of course, but I wanted to delve deeper than that. Despite where they may exist, they can clearly affect things in our realm. They can reach us, and like one-way glass, I know they can see us. But what if we could see them? It is not enough to hear them. I wanted to see them. I should travel to where they were. I believe that when we die, perhaps our soul can become unrestricted. But what if we could accomplish the opposite? What if a living being had the ability to unrestrict itself before death? This sounds like crazy talk, but that startled me. Crazy talk, but you find that I successfully... Oh, my phone is ringing. Hello? Hi. Oh, hi, Twyla. Did you need something? No. Well, kind of. Remember how we went to Cypresside the other day? Yeah, of course. Why? You have to know the name of the guy you talked to? You mean Ed? Yes, but his last name also. Rathford? Thank you. I'm sure I had it right, but I just wanted some confirmation. Oh, okay. Is there anything else you needed from me? Or him? You did call instead of text, so... Oh, that was just to make sure I got an immediate response. Oh, well, okay. You need any more info on him? We're going to visit him this weekend, so... In the cemetery? No, in the retirement home. Mary. You know he died, right? Huh? I figured you kept on top of all that stuff. You didn't know? He died that day we met. we win. Yes, that emergency he had was serious after all. Also, the butcher could have been there when we were. That's why I was looking more into it just now. Hope you weren't too attached. I'll talk to you later. Oh no. I was heartbroken. The butcher could have been there? Was it because of us? Because we were there investigating them? Were they on our trail? Did Ed die because we had trouble sleeping that night? I made sure to stop by the cemetery every day, finding out as much information as I could. If he really did die because I was going to miss his funeral. Normally when I put flowers on graves, especially new ones I hadn't seen before, flowers I grew myself. Buying them can get expensive and it feels more genuine to grow my own. But I had just been growing out a new patch, didn't have any flowers I could bring. So I took all the little buds I could gather, wrapped them up, and invited myself in. And you know, his funeral was the same day as I was planning on visiting him. Isn't it funny how life works out? Normally I don't cry at funerals. At least the ones where I don't know the person well. But I had to cry now. I had no choice but to cry. All I could think about was him sitting there in his room talking about how lonely he was. No one ever came to visit him. Well, they came to visit now. He wasn't alone now, right? I didn't talk to any of his family, and they didn't talk to me. I was fine with that. I didn't want to explain my reason for being here. The overwhelming sense of guilt was enough to weight on my shoulders. I didn't want to have to explain it to them too. Oh, poor Mary. I normally don't like to outlast family members at their own family's funerals, but I couldn't help it this time. I had to stay. I had to stay as long as I could. Somehow possibly make up for what I may have caused. Family members dwindled. Eventually, they all left. I'm sure they were confused that I didn't. I didn't want to move from the spot, even if you tried to drag me. Oh, Ed. I'm so sorry. I didn't deserve this. I'm so sorry. This might be all my fault. Maybe she was right. Maybe if I helped her more, we worked quicker, maybe. Your family came to visit, just like you wanted them to. They all seem to miss you a lot. So I hope you know they were thinking of you. And your wife. You're right next to her, I have been leaving her flowers for so long. I hope you know that. I've taken care of her this whole time. So I'm sure she wasn't lonely. Maybe you won't be either. Now that you're beside her. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say other than I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Must have been really exhausted. God, I was feeling how much I cried. I didn't even remember falling asleep. I'd just been leaning against his gravestone crying. Next thing I knew, I was waking up on the ground of an unfamiliar place. I picked myself up off the ground and looked around. Everything seemed strange. There was a faint green glow all around. Oh, no, I'm safe. The air felt foggy and moist. In front of me was a house that looked similar to the cabin, but this wasn't the cabin, was it? I had no clue where I was. What do I do? You should probably look around and then knock on the door. I looked all around me. Except for the house, I couldn't see anything I could see nothing in the distance. There was no other buildings. There were no trees either, or people. It was almost uncomfortable how empty it felt. I took a big whiff to smell my surroundings. There was the faint smell of lilies coming from all directions, though I didn't see any. The grass felt like a soft carpet. The rocks and wood of the house felt artificial, almost plastic-like. Silence. Oh, I suppose there's not much else I can do. Climbed up on the porch and walked up to the door. Standing in front of it, I politely knocked, trying to see if there was someone inside. I didn't hear anything, so I knocked again, a little louder this time. I heard something coming. Then the door creaked, and the handle slowly turned. And answered was, "Hey there. Is that really you? I don't know who else it would be. I'm so glad." I gave Ed a big hug as he invited me inside. I was so pleasantly surprised. He led me to the kitchen area and offered me refreshments. I politely declined as I pulled up a stool to talk to him. I said that I know is, "I'm very happy to see you now. But how is this possible?" How'd you mean? "Well, you died." "Died? Oh, yes, I suppose that did happen. Nearly forgot, haha. Actually, that's curious. 'Cause how did you get here if I'm dead?" I don't know. I just woke up here." Alright then. Hope you enjoy your stay. If you're here long enough, my wife should be back any minute. You could say hi." "Your wife? She's here too. I'm so glad you could see her again." "Me too. Funny thing is, pretty sure she knows you too." She does? Had I ever met her before then?" "Not sure. She says a red-haired girl brings her flowers a lot. You're the only red-haired girl I know that's not in the family." "Really? Hey, I'm here. Can I ask you something? That's okay?" "I don't see why not." "How exactly did you die?" "Well, beats me. Second I was eating lunch with you there. Then I started coughing. Things were pretty dark for a while. Before I knew it, I was here, sitting in a cozy chair and feeling right as a peach." "Really? Just like that? Was it painful?" "Maybe a little. Not for too long. I just remember my lunch tasting a little different. Maybe it was spoiled, and I just couldn't breathe. Probably started choking from eating too fast. Or it was poisoned." "Would choking cause him to cough up blood like that?" "I see. And that's all you remember?" "Can't say there was much else." "Thank you. Even a little information helps a lot." "Helps in what?" Don't worry about it. Besides, I don't think you really have much time to worry about it if you're here." "Well, I suppose that's true. Sure you don't want anything? Sure you don't want anything while you're here then? You should stock the fridge, so go on, help yourself." "Oh, well, if you insist, I suppose. Thank you very much then." Got up from the stool and walked towards the fridge. It's kind of weird, isn't it? I didn't think dead people would need to eat. I opened the fridge and looked inside. It was stocked like a regular fridge would be. Though I can't say I recognize many of the brands here. But I don't think that... Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be posting a part 3 soon. And if you like this, please give it a like. And bye.